microphone, and are we live on Facebook?
Looks
Working
like
on it. Working on it.
working on it.
Well, while we're waiting for Facebook to connect,
we've got the studio down here that we wanted to put together for a long time to begin doing more of these live events, and here we go, lights and everything. Are we on Facebook? Maybe.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Facebook, but it should be coming out.
Working Facebook. At least Instagram works easily. So Instagram followers, we're excited because you guys are the most active of all of our online social followers. So for your feedback, especially on the card poll that we recently did, that gave us great feedback, great information on how we should place our order. We just placed a huge order, lots of cards, a whole not a truckload, but a pallet of cards are getting printed right now, and we need to know how many of each color to do. And so your feedback was very critical in us determining how many we should print of each color. So thank you for that. And we did get great feedback both from email and on Instagram. So as we're hoping, okay, Facebook is up. Awesome. So Facebook and Instagram, here we are. Make sure I'm in the frame. Yeah. There we go. Like that, Scott. Is that good? Awesome. Cool. Well, so we want to make this a shorter video. So really quick, I know that the main thing that everyone's asking is, when is Qube coming out? And that is, that's on our mind all the time. We're constantly looking at our roadmap, and the truth is that we have been delayed. Coronavirus is a big one. With a lot of the companies that we interface with, they've all gone to work from home scenarios, and things have slowed down, unfortunately. So that has impacted us. Still moving forward and pressing on, but it has slowed us down quite a bit. So here's the new timeline. We're looking at right now having our beta out at the beginning of June. That's roughly when we think that'll be out. End of May, we believe we'll be alpha testing here in-house. If all that goes well, then beginning of June for the beta. Now, in addition to being pushed out, we've also realized that due to the complexities and the precision that Qube requires, we may opt for a longer beta time period, which might take our launch date out into August. We'll see. Ultimately, we are not going to release until Qube is awesome. So that may delay it out a little longer as we perfect the systems. But if you want to get in on the beta, you can totally do that. I'll talk more about that point here in a bit, but there is a sign up on our website. So the other thing I want to talk about is the dream team of partnerships that we've been able to put together over these past 6 to 8 months as we've been working to rebrand and build out Qube according to what all of you have told us you want this system to be. So with that, Scott, hey, cool, I can see it. Awesome. So on the screen right now, you guys can see that we've got a list of our partnerships we have. Now, let me explain why this is so critical and why I wanted to share this with you today. So back, those of you who are with us in the Proactive Budget days will remember a few things of reliability and speed that were often very annoying. What we knew we needed to do as we kept growing, and in order for us to really bring you the system that you have told us you wanted, in order to do that, we had to have our own relationship with all these entities. We couldn't go through third parties. We couldn't piggyback on someone else's program. We had to have our own relationship, and we had to also get to the top, or the best in class providers for these different services. Qube's very unique because it's not a system that is, as far as software goes, it's not something that we control all by ourselves. We have a lot of dependencies, and those dependencies impact our performance. So all of you users, when you're looking at us, and if we have a problem, you'll see that Qube has a problem, but in the back end, and this is what happened a lot before with Proactive, it was actually the processor or something in the whole system that was getting gummed up. So let me talk a little bit about what you see here on the screen. And for Instagram, you guys aren't seeing this. Unfortunately, you can go over to Facebook and take a look. I'll go through them. So first off, we have a contract directly with Visa. Now this is amazing because Visa, as everyone knows, the household name, they're all over the world. But when we kind of pitted them against MasterCard versus Visa came back with a very strong offer and showed their desire to work with us, gave us some great incentives and some distribution options that we think is going to be huge for all of our users, as well as how we roll out the company. So that's really exciting. Next down the list, you see Choice Fin. So Choice Financial Group, they're a fantastic group. They have a lot of really great card programs already out. But the main thing that impressed us a lot with Choice was that it wasn't just another bank. We didn't want to be with just a bank that was worried about the bottom line. That's not who we are. Qube's very mission focused, and we wanted a partner that could work with us that had that same customer support focus. One of the stories that I loved about Choice as we were getting to know them is they have in their customer support center, their mandate is do whatever it takes to please the customer. So if that means that someone needs gas and they're on the side of the road, there's actually a real story where a customer support individual took off from the office and ran to help one of their members get gas in their car because they were stranded. That's the kind of partnerships that we're looking for. And so with Choice Fin, we are super excited to have them on board. So next up is Galileo. Now Galileo is a huge success for us. So the story there is interesting because about 2 years ago, I went to them, showed them the proactive budget concept. They thought it sounded interesting, but it wasn't proven. And they kind of patted me on the head and said, go figure it out, go prove it, because they don't work with small startups. So we did. We went and we proved it, and thanks to all of you, we were able to show them the numbers, show them that we could scale, show them this thing really could go. And with that, last July, part of our reasoning in pulling down proactive budget was because Galileo said yes. And now here they are. Then we've got Cognito to help us do onboarding faster. Cognito is a really impressive company that has cutting-edge technology to make onboarding and risk safer and fast, which is great because with banks and the legal, it's definitely something that we have to make sure we do well and do fast. Then everyone knows Plaid. Plaid is amazing. They're going to give us the integration data that we need so you can connect your bank accounts quickly and seamlessly and bring them in, and then valid ultimately. Those are the guys that are printing our cards. Another critical component. No one wants to wait 20 days to get a card, and the quality of each individual card has to be of that top level. So an Urban FT is another one on the list that we'll probably use to integrate our remote capture, check capture. So there's the dream team. Now let me tell you why this team we consider the dream team. This is the team that, 2 years ago, as we were putting this together, as we were realizing that what we were doing couldn't scale forever, we said, what is the team? Who do we have to really be able to deliver our cutting edge technology? By the way, the patent that we've been working on for the last 3 years just got approved. So now we own our technology, and here's the dream team. Woo! And so it's an exciting time. That just happened last week. So a very exciting time that we have that patent on our tech. But going through this process, being able to have this team together of partnerships of best in class companies will allow us to deliver what we have always wanted to deliver, but because of our dependencies and our cutting edge technology, which not everyone can really support, it required this kind of a team to ultimately bring you what we've all anticipated. So with that, let's talk about what you can do to get involved, to get in right now. The main thing that we have is the beta. So again, beginning of June, if you want to be on the beta, we've got what, Scott, like 300-ish or so that are on there right now. Yep. If you want to jump in on the beta, go ahead, sign up on the website, or you can email, what is it? hello@qubemoney.com. hello@qubemoney.com. If you want to get on that beta list, you can get there. Beginning of June, July, possibly into August will be the beta period, and we'll be up and going. Let's see, what else am I forgetting? Oh, also, we've got a new website, new program we've been working on. Many people, as they came to us, had questions about how to set up a budget. Now, my original feelings on this was that there's so much great content out there already that I wanted to build a tool that could support that great content. But what we realized is that people, as they're jumping into Qube, they want to know how to really make it amazing. How to build a budget for the first time. How to best do that and communicate with a spouse so they're creating a nice seamless system together. So all of that, we've now built out our own program. It's coming. Go and check out QubeMasters.com. There's a fun video on there, and you can sign up to follow Qube Masters. But this is our cutting edge training program so that you can really align and find great purpose in all of your finances. Scott, do we have any questions coming in?
Yeah, it looks like we got a question. I'm gonna show it in the
Oh, neat.
screen here. So, you read that?
That's a great question. So it says, didn't Galileo cause all the issues for Chime and the whole reason I closed the account with them? And can I see the rest of it here?
Yeah.
It says it was all over the news.
And it hit Chime very bad. How can we rely on them after that? I'm very concerned now.
So, every business has troubles from time to time. The main thing that defines a person and a company is how they handle the problem. So that was a fun phone call right after that happened. We called our rep over at Galileo that had been working with us for quite a while, and we kind of jokingly said, "So do you still have a job?" And but it was great to see his response to that, and then the very detailed long list of items that they were doing to make sure that something like that didn't happen. They actually spent a lot of money in revamping and improving their system. They had several, I think it was Cisco or someone that does some of their back end. They had a couple of architects from that company come in and make sure that little tiny bug, which kind of snowballed throughout their whole program to create that crash, that never would happen again. So I felt, and the whole team felt like Galileo took the correct steps to respond to a problem which every company goes through. The great thing with Galileo too is that over their roughly 13-year history, they have literally a 99.9% uptime. They are very good, very reliable, and so again, when a problem comes up, you want to look at what did they do to fix it? Did they own it, or did they play it off to someone else? And they owned it. They owned it. They did what they had to take care of it.
Okay. Here's the next question from Tony.
All right. Tony says, the lifetime access I purchased, is that different than beta? So no, Tony. So your lifetime is done and purchased. And for those of you who are wondering what a lifetime membership is, you can go onto our website right now and you can buy a lifetime membership, which is awesome. It's a one and done thing. It's a phenomenal deal, especially if you get the family program. That will save you so much money forever, for life. So how that works with the beta, you can sign up to be a beta user with or without a membership, but the lifetime is what will happen as we go on. So when we launch, that lifetime is when that will come in. So Tony, make sure you got your golden ticket. That number is what you'll need to have during onboarding.
Okay.
What else?
Looks like we got a question here from Scott.
All right, Scott, tell us more about the patent you've been issued. Okay, so this is really exciting. There's a lot of tech, and it's very hard in this space to get a patent. So we did fight with multiple rounds with the patent office in order to get this figured out and to dial in our exact system. So the technology piece that we own is our proactive method. So the method that we think is core and critical to making the intentionality of money happen and to completely change the environment of how banking works is inside of the allocation and the spending method. And what our patent is on is our spending method. So the importance and the need to have to select what you're going to spend on before you spend it, that's the piece that we own now on our patent. So that's the core. That's core to our system. What else?
Okay, let's see.
There's
Is there? Can you see them?
Yeah.
Oh, is something
So
on Instagram?
yeah, Instagram
Okay.
says, is there a launch date yet?
Yeah.
So-
Same thing with Angela Coates. Release date.
Release date. Okay, so release date. Like I said, we're not going to do an exact date. The thing we're looking for specifically with the release date is it awesome? If the core of the system once the core of the system is functioning perfectly, it's very stable and well tested with lots of beta testers, that's when we'll fully launch the system. That could be in July, it could be in August. Like I said, the beta period we may extend because of the precision that Qube requires. We want to make sure we dial that in. You have to understand, with transactions, it's really tricky. Again, most budgeting systems don't ever even get into this, right? A lot of the budgeting platforms out there don't have a spending card because it requires you to have all these dependencies. It's very difficult. It's very expensive to play in this space, which is why we've kind of inched our way into it this whole time. But the making sure that we have a clear method for every single purchase scenario with all the millions of merchants that are out there, because each one of them can handle things a little different, and you have to be able to respond and adjust to every single one of those. Like, for example, a cruise ship or an airplane. When you go and you make a purchase on those, they don't send any information in. So how do we handle that? That's a new one that came up this week actually that we're addressing. So all of those scenarios, we're making sure that the system is flawless. So when we release, it's a flawless product.
So is beta testing live, and are there any requirements to join the beta testing?
So we do have a little bit of a questionnaire. We want to know a little bit about you, your background. So as you're giving feedback, we can kind of know where that's coming from. That helps us in developing a better product. But again, email hello@qubemoney.com, and we can get you into the beta group. That beta won't launch until probably beginning of June. That's when that's starting.
So next question, when will the Savings Qubes features launch on this new timeline?
When will the Savings Qube features launch on this new timeline? Savings will be in the launch. So during that, so when we initially do the beta, savings may or may not be in there, but it will be out at launch. That's one of the core products and features that will be a part of the launch product. So July, August.
Okay, let's see. From
Deanna, is there any other way to support the team besides the lifetime membership I've already purchased? Deanna, that does so much for us. I mean, the money's great, but the bigger thing that it does is it shows tremendous confidence. A lot of our investors, especially, have looked to that number to help quantify the interest in the overall program. So the lifetime's huge. It's a phenomenal deal for you. It won't be around forever, so I would take advantage of it. Everyone on here, if you don't have a lifetime, go buy one. Again, the family is the very best deal. It's a phenomenal deal. But yeah, it won't be around forever. Other ways you can support us, though, is we love feedback. We're constantly seeking for feedback. A lot of the feedback we're doing is inside of these groups. We have sent out messages to our current beta group, even though they're not on the app yet. We've asked them a lot of specific questions, how they like this, if this would be better than that. So that's a huge help to us right now. So feedback, and then get on the list, get on the beta list.
Another question about lifetime memberships from Andy.
I'm a single person, but only see the couple's lifetime offer. Can I still sign up for that? Yes. So when we come out, or when the beta comes out, we've got a premium that is good for. It gives you all the features. So that's the full system, and it can also be used with a partner. So it doesn't have to be. So you're single, you can buy that right now, and definitely sign up for that because it does give you the full features.
Okay. From Jen, we've got another question
All
about
right, Jen, is there a teen option for lifetime membership? So Jen, that is the family option. So the family gives you husband and wife and up to 10 kid cards, which is an incredible deal. That's what I'm saying. Go, if you don't have that one, go get that one. If you don't have kids today, maybe you'll have some in the future, or you can put all your friends on as kids. I don't know, or put your parents there. But that's what that program does. So it's the best deal.
Sharon says, hey, Ryan.
Hey, Sharon. Hey, actually, it's been a while. Yeah. I had to read your full name to remember it. Mar, hey. What has been the major age group interested in Qube? Oh, great question. So the main group we see most response from is age 25 to 40, mostly female, married, professional gals with kids typically. That's our main group of people, anywhere from 50 to 70%.
Perfect. Let's see, another question from.
Okay, Igor, will Qube Money act like a bank, and will transactions sync to YNAB or Mint or other budgeting services? So, Igor, will Qube Money act like a bank? Yes. That came in overwhelmingly with Proactive Budget. We learned that what people wanted wasn't just an envelope system. What they really wanted was a full banking suite with that spending methodology and the allocation methodology at its core. That is exactly what Qube is. So we've built all that in, but we're also building in all of your traditional banking features, so that you can do bill pay, you can do a wire transfer, anything you need to do in a bank, it'll all be right here, so it can be your primary banking system. We are not anticipating to have any sync to other budgeting services. We're actually designing the system so that you won't need them.
Perfect. Question from Thomas.
Okay, Thomas, a list of gas stations only put $1 pending on a lot of gas stations only put $1 pending on a transaction, and days later update the actual amount. How do we handle that? That is a fantastic question. That's a big problem that we've had to address. We began addressing that back with Proactive, and we feel like we've got a pretty good handle on that one. So what happens there, Thomas, is the gas station does send an initial transaction of $1, and then they have follow-up transmissions that they send us as it settles out. For most gas stations, they become faster, but again, this goes back to the problem of lots of different merchants, and we have to handle the different methods on how they process things. But most of them have become much faster, where when you do hang up the gas pump, it sends a final transaction to us, and then generally it'll settle out like a day later, but we know what the final is, and so then we can update everything real time into the app.
Question from Penny.
Penny, hey, is there a free version? How is it different than the paid? So we will have a free version out. This is a product we've designed specifically to compete with a lot of the other free online banking systems that are out there. So we will have a free. It won't have all the features in it. It'll be a free version, a limited version. It's really good if you're a college student, if you're single and you want basic functionalities of an online bank. It's awesome. If you want the full-fledged features of Qube, you'd want to buy the premium, which again is when we release, it's just $8 a month. Again, you can buy the lifetime now though and save yourselves a ton of money long term. But yes, there will be a free version coming out, but it is limited.
Okay, and then Jill.
Can we upgrade from a regular lifetime to a family lifetime membership? Yes, you can. Let's see, our method on that, I think just call, actually just the chat on the website. Go to the chat on the website, you can plug in there, and one of our operators will pick up and help you upgrade. Yeah, we've done that a lot. It's a really good idea. All right, Josh. Oh, I missed Josh. Okay. So for us lifetime guys, this will roll out in June. So Josh, you can get on the beta and get started then. But then probably July, August is when the full system would come out.
Okay, another question from Jen.
From Jen, does family membership translate into their own membership when kids grow up and are on their own?
I think that's what she was asking was, what about when our kids become adults? What do they do?
Okay, so if you have a family plan and your kids grew up through the system and now they're adults, they would need to purchase their own system eventually. They can stay on yours, but eventually they would need to buy their own so that they're upgraded to that primary owner of the system. Because really how it works is with the kids is you really own it because you're over 18, right, legally. You own it and they're kind of sub-accounts under yours, but you're really the owner of all the money.
Okay, question, is there an actual bank that money is going to be deposited to, and what bank?
Great question. So that's Choice Fin. They are the FDIC insured bank. They're the ones that hold all the money. We actually never touch it. We just tell them what to do and how to do it. But they're the ones that hold the money. So Choice Financial Group out of Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay. Around Mar.
Mar. Okay, then it is good you have a 65-year-old retired gal doing beta testing. Yes, it is, Mar. especially for you with your experience with Proactive. Yes, thank you.
Okay. And then question.
How do we join the beta? So go to it's hello@qubemoney.com to join the beta, and you'll get in the group.
Okay. Let's see. We'll take maybe one more question.
Trevor. Okay, will there be sinking fund envelopes for saving for big purchases? Yes, and there's actually two ways you can kind of do this, Trevor. And this is fun. I've been digging into this myself pretty heavily as we're really fine-tuning what a spending cube does versus a saving cube. So, Trevor, you'll be able to do this two different ways. So for many sinking funds, short-term sinking funds, you may choose to do that with a spending cube. Spending cubes are designed to kind of accumulate and receive money on a monthly basis. But it's something like your like car maintenance, for example. That one you're not necessarily saving up to a certain amount. You may just want to accumulate money into it for that eventual car maintenance you're going to have, and then you'd spend it, right? Sinking fund. With our savings cubes, those are designed to have a certain purpose. Cube's all about purpose. To have a certain purpose and an amount and a date affixed to that. And so you're accumulating towards some goal, a vacation, a new car, down payment, Christmas, all of those things. So savings, I see that more as something you would use on an annual, for things that you want to save that might be on an annual basis or longer, whereas the spending, you may use that for something that's more 3 months, 6 months spending. But great question. Love that one. Is that it?
You want to take more questions?
Are there a lot more? Or?
We got 2 more.
Okay, 2 more. 2 more questions. That's it.
Okay, so Penny said...
Penny, are there ways to set privacy with each card with the kids? So with the kids, yes, Penny, you'll have granular controls into each kid, and you can set up different rules. We're still refining exactly how that will work, but the intent is that yes, you'll have lots of controls, so you can give your kids all kinds of restrictions that you want. Okay. All right. All right, Lindy. If we were grandfathered with our lifetime membership from Proactive, are we still able to get into the beta? Absolutely, yes. The beta is open to anyone that wants to come in. There is a form to fill out before. But again, email hello@qubemoney.com and you can jump into that. Is everyone on Instagram? No? Okay. All right, Mar, interest earned with those sinking funds? Maybe, probably a 2020 thing. There's actually a ton of regulation that we've discovered. If we pay out interest, it's a lot. It's a lot of extra things on our side. So initially, no. 2021 is what I meant to say. 2021 is probably when that will happen. But it is on our roadmap. It's something we do want to deliver. It's probably going to be next year.
Okay, another one.
Terry snuck in there. Is there a fee to participate in the beta? No, there's not. You can jump in and play with the beta. But if you don't have some sort of membership purchase, and again, honestly, the Lifetime's a phenomenal option. If you don't have that, and then when we go live, then that may turn off. And there may be a point during the beta that we would switch that over as well. So, yeah, take that into account. Okay, awesome. We're good?
I guess one more. Drew wants to know.
Drew. Where did you get that amazing sweater? Thanks, Drew. Appreciate it. Awesome. Awesome. That one came from my wife. She picked it out for me. There you go. Awesome. Thank you all so much. As we're moving through this process, we know it's all, timelines are tough. All the details that we've had to work on to make this happen has been a challenge. And we're just so grateful that the dream team of partnerships has come together. The dream team here in the office is amazing. Our investors that back us are also incredible. We have an amazing community. And honestly, I feel just so grateful to be a part of it all. So thank you all so much for being here with us on this journey. And let's continue forward as we bring purpose into all of our money. Thank you so much.